What's up, guys? It's Coco back with the S13, and what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be installing a new starter motor, since when I currently try and start the car, it doesn't really be clicking at all, and I know I've had issues with it before, and I think it's at its limit now, so I've got another one, and I'm gonna just be installing that right now. I have the car already jacked up, so just gotta get under there, probably disconnect the battery first, get under there, disconnect the two terminals connecting to it, and then there's two bell housings or screws or whatever you want to call them mounting the starter motor in, and I'll just take that off really easily. And after I take that off, I'll mount the new one in, and I'll show you how it starts and if it starts up good and if that. Alright guys, so here's my starter that I got, and it looks very nice, very pretty, a lot better than what I have right now. And just got this little one, which is a 14mm, and to also undo the starter motor is a 14mm, so just one size for it, and take that off. And you can either put it on this, or if you have just like a connector for a better fit. I know my connector is slipping on that one, so I might crimp a little different connector so it fits better on that if it doesn't fit tight on that. But I took off the wheel also just so I would have space under here, and I have this jack or whatever. This one's just here for support, and I'm gonna get to it right now of me taking off and dismounting the starter motor. And always make sure first to disconnect the battery before you do anything. And let me get into it right now for you. So right here's the starter motor. We have this 14mm, that 14 right here, and this is the connector I was talking about that's loose, that just slips onto it right here. And yeah, if you leave the battery on and you accidentally touch those two, you don't want to find out what happens, in my opinion. But don't test it because it's not fun. But what you do is, we're just taking those two out real quick, and then it's pretty heavy, keep that in mind, and you gotta watch out for other stuff like this. Gotta work your way through it and pull it down slowly while this line is still connected up here too. And then we just gotta disconnect that with the 14mm. So let me just do that right now and give you a time lapse. So we got the old starter motor off, and now it's time to install this new one right here. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap. Sometimes you might want to use some steel wool to clean it so it has a better connection. So I'm gonna just clean like around it and stuff and buffer it with some steel wool. And then I'm gonna just show you me remounting it in the same steps I took that one off. Battery still disconnected, and after I do that, then the car should work and it should start perfectly fine. Sorry about the vacuum. I have a box right here to put the starter on. This one will go on right here, but for me it's a 13mm on this because it changed from a 14 for the original one, and those are both 14 still though. And this connector though, or that one, would plug into this one for a more secure. And now I'll show you just this is the bottom one if you're confused, and this is the top one. And now we'll do a time lapse of that now. so I couldn't quite get the top bolt in, so I came up out here to try and at least get it straight and centered. And then what you're gonna want to do when you go underneath again is hold it like up and then toward that way, you know, so you can hold it against it and the bell housing will thread right through the starter motor. And I'll show you just the rest of me finishing up that right now. Sorry, the video stopped recording because my phone died, but I got them both screwed in like right after I tried to put my hand up or something. It's when my phone died and it turned, and I took off that one, and after I got it back on and tightened that one, I did the top one, and I just needed to keep tightening both at a time to make sure it was straight. But you have that one on now. Let me zoom in on it. Then you'll just grab this connector right here and slide that one on, and you should be good. And then you can just reconnect your battery and all that. After you reconnect your battery, then you should be good to go. And after I reconnect my battery right now, I'm gonna start it for y'all and let me know what y'all think. As I promised you guys, here's the start. I think it's still in limp mode though, so got code 55, which means there's no error, but yesterday I got 12, which is the MAF sensor, and 34, which is the knock sensor I just installed. So I'm not quite sure what's going on really, but I might have to take it to one of my friends who specializes more in mechanics on these cars. But without further ado, let's just I'm gonna turn off my radio real quick. Apologies, but it sounds a bit funny, I'm not gonna lie. Still in limp mode, but the car turns on and works great. And thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it helped anyone who needed more information on installing the starter. And peace.